Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Kelly. Welcome to my 2019 New Year's resolution, Be the Change, where I broke up with fear, I broke up with guilt, and I broke up with shame. I'm going to get started by reading my inspiration. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, which most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. I want to say welcome back to everybody who's watched me before and welcome to everyone who's watching me for the first time. I started this as my New Year's resolution and I'm still going, which is amazing for me. I hate making commitments out loud because if I actually make a commitment out loud, I have to follow through with it. And sometimes committing myself to things scares the shit out of me. So anyway, I want to talk about last week. Last week I talked about being present and how that's something that I struggle with and disassociating. And I looked it up last week after I said it, and part of that is post-traumatic stress disorder. So I suffer from PTSD as well. I'm just finding this stuff out. So it is a surprise to me too. When I said I broke up with guilt, shame, and fear, it just flew out of my mouth. And when I said it, I had no idea what breaking up with this has entailed. However, it is in me all the time. And what I'm trying to do is practice not letting it control my life. So it still is there. And I struggle with it, but I'm practicing how not to. One of the things I wanted to talk about is about feeling. So I always struggled with feeling. I come from a family of suck it up and get over it. And what I learned how to do was how to stuff my feelings down. And I stuffed them so deep that I was hoping they would never come out. And I only wanted to feel good all the time, which, you know, I was able to act and pretend like I felt good and I was good all the time. But what that did to me is it stored up in my body. And now, as a 47-year-old woman, I have the effects of storing all of these unresolved issues and emotions that are in my body. And last week I got sick. I wasn't feeling good. I ended up with a sinus infection. I went on an antibiotic and I started to feel better. And then after being on my antibiotic for a few days, I started to get sick again. And that has never happened to me. I've never gotten sick while I was still on an antibiotic. And what happened was I had zero energy to do anything. Like anything, I could barely move. And the guilt for taking care of myself while I am sick that came over me, I can't even describe it because I had downtime to feel. And when I have downtime to feel, the things that are coming out are things that I don't want to feel, which is grieving and loss. And I never thought that you could grieve over things that you never had or never got to do. But I am. I'm grieving over things that I never had and never got to do. and I didn't know I was grieving, and I didn't know what is going on. But what I'm learning through this process is how to self-talk through this. And one of the ways that I'm able to do that is, what would I tell a friend? What would I tell a friend? I would tell a friend, Michelle, you have lived with guilt, fear, and shame for your entire life. And getting rid of it or breaking up with it is not going to happen overnight. And that you're doing a pretty good job for what you've gotten. So how to talk myself through that is a daily practice. And I pray and I walk outside, and that's when I feel the closest to God, is when I'm walking outside. So thank you to everybody who's tuning in and watching me go through this process. And I'm hoping, as I'm judging myself less, that other people are able to judge themselves less too. But this is a process, and it takes a lifetime. And thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope this is helping you too. So stay tuned, and I'll see you all next week.